What I want to see is I want to see the ownership. I want to see ownership from myself, from coaches, from players. What are the things that contributed to that? Because everything, it all falls on me. Everything that we do within the program. And so, you have to be able to, self-reflect on all things that have occurred up to this point. To why did we not go out there and be able to capitalize on with the moment that with the opportunity that we had. And so, for us, it's and that's what I appreciated from our players. Like, are you going to sit there and, you can't let one bad experience, right, negatively impact the next experience. You got to be able to learn from it. You've got to be able to take that ownership, and then you got to be willing to apply the lessons that you learned and go be better. And that's where, like I said, it's it's gut wrenching when you come up short, and like nobody feels good about it. There's not things. The expectation of how we play and the effort we give. That's always going to be there. But I'm proud of the team for who we are and what we've done to get to this point. I just don't want to have that feeling again. So it's our job, it's our responsibility to apply the lessons and to go get better.
Our guys hadn't been wide-eyed. They've settled and played well, whether it be home or on the road. We're just facing, as this team, this was our first kind of adverse test with a loss. We've had to coach it through wins, but I like the eyes and the attitude. I know this is going to sound crazy after the game. The words that we'll be saying, the quotes that we're saying, and the guys that were encouraging. Now, there still was a lot of disappointment and despair, but they still were together. They still were challenging each other. So the big thing is, when we came in here Sunday, was everybody going to be on time? How was the workout going to be? How was the practice going to be? And that tells you everything you need to know. And now you see that encouraging, relaxed face from the coaches because we know who we're riding with. And that's what makes us feel good. But, the environment, our guys have done a good job handling that.
Wake had their plan of what they wanted to do to create pressure. It's something that, we've got to continue to do our job and make sure that we trust our eyes, trust our technique, trust our fundamentals, up front in what we're getting and how to combat that. It was. They were able to get a good amount of push and sometimes disrupted the pocket for us. And I know it's something that our guys we've done a really solid job of protecting the quarterback throughout this year, and we played some very talented players throughout and really good groups early part of the season. So it's something that we've got to grow from. I know. The depth of our offensive line is something that it's been challenged. And when Rob went down, obviously Bless is out for the year. Caden's out for the year. We've got guys that have had to play different spots and move around to new positions, but they're all capable. And for us, it's an opportunity to go out there and to improve and to grow.
But I got to prepare those guys better and handling the edges better and in situationals. I throw on one. I know we struggle on long yardage situations. I know one time we had a wide 9 and we got to set that a little bit different. I got to make sure that of course, I got to make sure they focus on it in the moment when it happens, because there's not a do-over. It's not like practice where you can say redo and do this. But I think a couple of times my guys' mindset in the moment, it was too many times we came to the sideline and it was like an old moment, So I got to do a good job of making sure in practice this week that those old moments, I can eliminate those so they can kind of see them coming before they happen. If we're playing too reactionary, then that's on me. We should be dictating. Knowing what's coming, knowing how to get it, and I have to eliminate that reactionary training. You're going to have some of it, but it can't be a lot of
it. Way too much success, we got them to third and, I'd say 7+ enough times. So a couple things there. Number one, give credit to their quarterback. He's a really good player and he executed. We did not, whether it was execution of, the call, the technique, the finish on how the play should have been defended better, but, definitely disappointing. I thought we were making some strides on third down. But especially those thirds and 7+, that's got to be, a win rate for us at a high level. They did a good job of trying to create some third and mediums and shorts, which are always a little bit more challenging. But the name of the game is to get off the field and get the ball back to our offense, and we didn't do that enough on Saturday, especially in those and long situations. We've got to be better.
We're going to go into this week and continue to push, continue to evaluate. Last week Ryan made every kick in practice. I felt very confident. You watched pregame, made every kick. Missed a 29-yard field goal right there before the half, and that's I fully expected him to go out there and make it. And obviously, it's just with other all other positions. We're going to go into practice. We're going to work. We're going to push and challenge guys. Everybody gets evaluated, and I promise you, we're going to put the best guy out there that we feel is going to give us the best opportunity to go win games. And Ryan has been that guy. And we're going to go into practice, and I have the utmost belief that he's going to be that guy because I've seen him do it. I've seen him go out there and be able to execute in the moment.
He's a guy that, just like all of our guys, I would imagine, take a lot of pride in his performance. When he doesn't do well or doesn't do as expected, he certainly takes it to heart. You could see it on his face, following the game the other night. And I talked to him a little bit after the game, but was trying to give him a little bit of space. But then, yesterday he came back just like all of our guys did, and ready to continue to work. And had what appeared to be a good attitude. Got some work in yesterday. So obviously it's not an easy thing that he's going through, but he's doing the best he can to work through it, block out all the noise that isn't beneficial, and just focus on trying to get better every day. And that's really the message for everybody, is just keep pushing forward and build on the things that have been positive, and correct some of the things that haven't, and be better tomorrow than we were today.